I am Joe Bravita from Empire Music, empiremusic.com in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we are one of a select few Taylor Guitars online preferred dealers. This means we give you an amazing experience with Taylor guitars, like this Taylor 326 CE. You can see this guitar and every guitar in our collection right at empiremusic.com. You can give us a call, 412-343-5299. You can always call or text me directly, 412-915-7118. You can see the exact photo of the guitar you will get on the site. And we complete a full factory setup and inspection before shipping, so it's gonna be ready to play whether you pick it up in-store or online. It's a full factory setup, not just an inspection, so it's ready to play. Now, the Taylor 326 CE. What do you think when you see it? What's the first thing you're noticing? It's got a sound port. This is really cool because Andy Powers has been adding his personal designs and touch to the Taylor lineup, and that's all over this guitar. The Grand Symphony has been part of the Taylor lineup for a long time, but it kind of was almost discontinued because they didn't really know what to do with it. It's slightly bigger than a Grand Auditorium, but it didn't really sound that much different. So it was kind of like this purgatory for this model. The V-brace comes along, so this guitar's got designed with V-brace. Then there's new wood sourcing. This guitar has a mahogany top, all solid, made in the US, of course, and urban ash back and sides, which I'm going to talk about in a second. So a new wood combination. And then it's got modern looks, obviously, a modern tone wood combination, and it's got a modern feel. Andy wanted to make this guitar feel different in players' hands. So how do we accomplish that? He went to a 24 7/8 inch scale length. You know, it's a short scale, so it's the same as a grand concert Taylor, the smallest Taylor full-size guitar. And it's got light gauge strings on it, whereas in the past the Grand Symphony had medium strings. So before it was a standard longer scale 25.5 inch with heavy strings, harder to play, harder to push down. Now it's got a short scale with lighter strings, so it's very nimble. It just feels very fast to play. Taylor's always been known for their low action, and it absolutely delivers that. The shorter scale length allows for less string tension, so easier to press down. The lighter strings accomplish that too. And with the wood combination, mahogany is very sweet and round. The urban ash is very kind of like woodsy like that too. It's like I don't like to use adjectives, I don't have to, but it's organic sounding. It's very rootsy. It's like a mahogany. It's got kind of like that, like again, woody tone, but I think it has more sparkle. It's got a little bit more life to it. So you take the mahogany top, which is real even, you add that urban ash, kind of like complex overtones, the crispness that it provides, but still kind of that rootsy vibe, and you have a home run. You know, the shorter scale does provide a little bit more bottom end. And the sound port gives us this 3D sonic experience. It's really, really amazing. When we were told about these guitars, I actually met with Andy Powers in his building room, and it was really interesting to see in his workshop when he was playing the guitar how different it sounded than the ones that didn't have it. It gives you a different sound. And the cool thing with this sound port is it's at a 45-degree angle, so we have full access to the cutaway. You know what I mean? We don't lose the ability to use the cutaway. We have all access to those higher frets, which is really, really great. So you get the sonic experience of the sound port, but you still keep the playability of a cutaway, which is amazing. Obviously, the expression system 2 is in here, so when you plug in, you're going to sound great. So what are the advantages of this guitar? Well, the advantages of with these woods, what you get is quick response, so you can play the guitar lightly and get a big full sound. And since it's got a little bit bigger body shape and the V-bracing, it can project a lot. So sometimes mahogany top guitars, they're not gonna be the loudest guitar. If you made the same guitar with spruce, spruce would be a little bit louder for sure. But this guitar can definitely hang. It's gonna create plenty of volume and still sound good. Loud isn't a win. Anybody can make a loud guitar. Whether or not it's loud and you wanna hear it is the difference between a great guitar and others. This guitar can project and give you that boom. The bottom end is thumpy. But you still get all the articulation and definition that you want out of a high-end instrument, and this absolutely delivers. So let's check it out and see what the overall different outputs and tones are like with light attack to heavy. I like to do this in all of our videos. This guitar is wild because when you're playing lightly, it just sings very easily, and you almost feel like you're playing a small guitar, how quickly it opens up. But then when you start to hit it, man, it is a cannon. It's really, really fat sounding. Just, man, that bottom end just provides this roundness to the tone, this fullness that is really unique to this guitar. I mean, this is, I think, just in the Taylor lineup, there's nothing really like it, which is really, really cool. The V-bracing allows for faster response, it adds more sustain, tonal clarity, note separation. You know, it's a home run across the board. If you watch any of our videos, you know I like to do the middles of guitars because I feel like that's always like the lost strings. I'm of the mindset that each of these strings needs to be heard, and when you're playing, you might be hammering on, or you might be doing some light articulation through the middle of the neck, and on a lot of guitars that gets lost. That won't be the case here. Taylor makes very vibrant, clearly distinct, each string has its own voice type of tone guitars, and this one doesn't disappoint in that regard. All those hammer-ons are easily heard. They really just are just as important as all the other notes that are going on because the guitar is voiced beautifully. Just an overall spectacular experience as a guitar player when you hear the notes just pouring out of the sound hole with ease, and like that sound port allows for this. I feel like the top end is just, man, it's just really choir-like. It's just a spectacular instrument in how it responds to your playing. Andy's prowess as a player leads to all these features. You know, he wants the roundness and fullness. He wants to sustain. So you have V-bracing, you have the sound port. But the really great thing is, you know, Bob Taylor designed this Grand Symphony that was meant to be chunkier sounding. It just needed an extra step. And they got there with this because the mahogany top gives us a warmer tone. You know, I think a lot of players think Taylor guitars is bright guitars. And the V-brace to me has made the guitars much rounder and fuller sounding. And this is the case, but when you add the mahogany top and the urban ash, it's just a beautiful mixture. So what I'd love for you to do is check out empiremusic.com. Give us a shout, 412-343-5299. Myself, Todd, or Anthony can definitely help you out. We complete full factory setups on everything we sell, whether you get it in-store or online. So we'll take you any great guitar that we offer and get you the very best version of it. We're really proud of that. I'd love for you to subscribe to our channel if you want to see more content. I'm Joe from Empire Music, empiremusic.com. This is the Taylor 326 CE. Thanks for watching.